Starting. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hearing the part of the podcast that no one else hears unless you're on YouTube. I'm not late. It's 4:45. Relax. Okay, we're ready, hon. Are you ready? Let's do this.
I can remember what to say.
Okay, you got this. Okay, ready. Hey, everybody. Okay, ready, set, go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Tailosive Talks podcast. I'm your host, Louise Erickson. And with me here today is my lovely husband, Andrew Erickson.
I'm the lovely husband. Thank you.
Gorgeous, I should say.
How was your day, hon? Was it good?
Yes, it was so good.
Yeah?
Literally the best day ever.
Really?
Just because I was thinking about coming home to you.
Aw.
It made my day go by faster.
Thank you. I'm sorry the day's not over yet. We're not home yet.
That's okay.
But
now I'm looking forward to the pizza we're going to have after this.
We've been craving pizza all day. The weird thing is, as much as you enjoyed today, you texted me at around 9 a.m. Do you remember what you texted me?
I said I'm ready for bed.
She said, I'm ready for bed. And we went to work at around, you left around 4 a.m.
We both woke up at 3:10 this morning.
Yeah.
It was purposefully
Both very early, yeah.
earlier than normal because I needed to take a shower.
True.
I was thanky.
Yeah, I think we both need to take a shower.
Benji Poli.
Regardless. Oh, wow. We already got a
Eyeballs.
super chat with the eyes from Benji. Thank
What
you
does
very
that
much.
mean?
He's just looking. He's tuning in. He's going,
We're watching you, actually.
oh, wow. Okay. Well, I'm excited, but today's podcast is not going to be as crazy long as the last couple. We got things to do, people.
Yeah,
You
we've
have to
got
understand.
lives.
We've got lives, even though we enjoy doing this.
Right.
We love chatting with y'all. And this one we're probably going to keep to just 1 hour, just keep it a bit more reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we thought today would be a good day to chat a little bit about. We wanted to go into taxes a little bit, which we've been chatting a lot about because we like finance stuff, and even me and the tech podcast gang. After today has been nothing but podcasts for me. I recorded 2 tech podcasts this morning because Randy is going to be gone for a couple weeks, so we did some in advance. And then afterwards, we even talked about different places to live because that was a popular topic on this podcast as
Not
well.
during the podcast, but after.
No, yeah.
the pod.
Like afterwards, we have our own kind of mini talks podcast.
Yeah.
We don't record it, obviously. but
Right. It's just
still.
you and the bros.
And we were talking about how income tax is fairly high in California. Have you noticed that compared to other states?
I mean, I've never worked in another state, so I couldn't really compare. But
Okay.
yes, I have heard that
Yeah.
it's pretty high. Do you know what percentage it is?
I could be wrong, but I think we were looking at the numbers this morning, and it was something like 13% income tax.
That sounds right.
Does that sound right? Well, there's other states where they don't have it at all, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, tell me those states so we can move there.
Yeah. We were talking a little bit about Texas because it's
I
not.
want to go back to Texas.
Are you Sandy from?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the squirrel.
Sandy cheeks.
Have you been to Texas ever?
The airport, but that was
Same.
it. But I
Same.
did ask you if you wanted to go on a road trip with me to
Yeah.
Texas, and you
Yeah.
were like,
I
Okay.
do. I do. The answer is yes. I'd love to. It's a long drive. That's a
It
very
is.
long drive.
but we could go through New Mexico
Mm,
and Arizona and like see what's up there
that's true.
and have really good barbecue in Texas.
Well, the difference is, I think you love the idea of sleeping in the car, and I'm not
Are
a
you
big fan
gonna
of
rat
that.
me out to everyone?
No, I'm not ratting you out. I'm just saying you're good at something that I'm not good at, and that's
Being
car.
comfortable in small spaces.
Yes, I'm as lazy as I am. I can't sleep anywhere.
Right.
I need optimal sleeping conditions
You have
in order
slept
to fall asleep.
on this very couch right
I
here.
actually slept on that couch the night before my wedding.
Really?
Yeah,
Why didn't you sleep in your own bed?
because I was moved out of my apartment and I was just kind of crashing at the office
right.
until I moved in with you. So it was like the night before the wedding, and this is a
honey.
pull-out couch, and I woke up on this thing. It's not very comfortable.
I'm so glad that you don't have to sleep in any other bed other than ours.
I know.
From
I
now
love our
on.
bed. We have one of those. I mean, it's nothing fancy, but it's a nice mattress.
It's like a fake Tempur-Pedic we got from.
It's fake Tempur-Pedic? What
It's
do you
not
mean?
real. Actual, like, Tempur-Pedic is a brand.
Okay,
And
so you're
their
saying like
beds,
this isn't Gucci,
yeah,
but
this
it's
is knockoff Gucci. It's still good. It feels
yeah,
good.
very comfortable.
Yeah. And it costs like a quarter of the price, probably.
Oh
The
shoot.
bed, what?
Oh, sorry. Jesus donated. Thank you very much. And then someone else donated $5
$5?
super chat, and then they retracted the message.
Oh,
We
why?
didn't get a chance to. Yeah, we didn't
I'm
get a
sorry.
chance to read it. So
And there's
whatever
no
you were trying to
name.
say, yeah, I can't see what it was.
Okay, if someone could figure
You're
out
no,
what they said.
you guys are welcome to super chat. Just
Yeah.
don't retract the
Don't.
message.
Did you
I
already
don't
say
know what
that
it.
Jesus or Jesus
Yeah,
donated?
he
Thank you,
he
Jesus.
didn't. Yeah,
We
thank you,
bow
Jesus.
down.
He didn't say anything, but I appreciate the donation.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm glad some people have already watched the Saturday short, and they said
You
they
had
liked
time
it.
to make it this week? I'm amazed.
Did you think I didn't?
No, I mean, you're either at home with me or we've been doing this podcast a lot and you're working on other stuff. So you're really good at balancing everything.
I wish I was. Today felt like I was,
Too short?
but it felt like I was wasting time because while I did get the Saturday short done, there will not be a tech video today, which I regret to announce.
Oh, really?
Everyone,
Oh, because
because it took too much time. We're running into technical problems with the Blackmagic camera,
yikes.
which is not fun because that's an expensive camera. It's the very camera on this angle that you're looking at us on right now. It's a great camera, very very excellent image quality and everything, but this this camera takes these giant batteries that you slide in, and there was actually way more to the Saturday short that we were going to film. We had to cut the short a lot shorter than we intended because we were hoping to do these kind of outdoor shots, and we were going to go around town and film some more outdoor shots than just in the office.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't get the battery to work, which
Like,
concerns
so
me.
you need the cable plugged in at all times for
It has to be plugged into a wall outlet now.
Yikes.
And we've charged up the battery. We've made sure it's charged up as much as possible. Sorry, they do stuff. Other people in the building. And we plugged it in. We charged it overnight, and the battery is not working with the Blackmagic,
Right.
which is sad because it's a very expensive battery. They're not cheap.
So we might have to look for a replacement then. How much are they?
Maybe a replacement. I could look it up.
Is it like in
but
the
I'm-
thousands or in the hundreds?
I'm generally concerned. What worries me is I don't know if it's a battery problem or a camera problem.
Oh,
That's
darn.
what scares me. So I don't want to spend all the money on a battery and find out
Right.
that the Blackmagic's the thing that can't work with the battery for some reason. I don't know what the problem is because if I press on the Blackmagic battery, it has 4 lights on the side that light up depending on what percentage the charge is. And when I press it, it says it's at 100. So the battery lights up. So it should be fully charged.
Right.
But I spent all day today kind of waiting around, like hoping it's charging, like plugging it in different ways, plugging it in while it's attached to the camera, and the light on it turns red. So I'm like, okay, it's charging. And I've used the battery before. We've used it outside plenty of times, but yeah, it's kind of making me nervous now that it's like, what did we do? Does the battery
Right.
break, or what's the problem?
That
So
kind of
I'm
reminds
kind
me
of nervous.
Do you remember when you had your old AirPods that I think I now have?
Yeah.
And one of the AirPods weren't like charging properly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, is it the case or is it? Well, we found
Yeah,
out
you
it was
don't
just that
know.
AirPod because
Right.
the other one was charging.
Something was wrong with the audio on one of my AirPods, the charging case with my AirPods. And I think I know what caused it.
What?
I was taking, this is Instagram's fault.
What? How?
So I was I was in the Washington area visiting my family,
Okay.
and it was snowing up there. I think this was when you were in Australia and I was picking up my car.
Okay. Yes.
Way back
I
then.
remember.
And I was like, oh, you know what'd be cool is if we took a picture with my AirPods in the snow.
Oh.
And
It's not waterproof or even water.
they're a little water resistant, just a little bit. But I was like, oh, this will look cool. So I opened up the AirPods case and I stuffed it in the snow. And it was a cool picture. I was like, oh, it's all white and stuff.
White on white.
White on white. It's all clean. And I took a picture. And then when I took it out, I noticed that the pods themselves
Damn.
were only charging when I like really held the case tight.
Right.
I was like,
Did you put it in rice?
No, I actually didn't try that.
Ooh, maybe you should have done that because I heard that works for if you have tech that gets wet.
But if it's just shrouded in ice, that's different
And
than
ice melts. So if any of the ice gets inside,
Right.
any of the
Yeah,
crevices.
yeah.
Anyways, we
That
have
was probably it.
another super chat from
Oh.
Stefan Spawn.
You said that. Sorry, that was me. Oops.
What were you trying to say, Stefan?
I guess he doesn't want to say, but now he
Oh.
said I had the same problem with my AirPods. So
Okay,
thank you, Stefan.
cool.
Appreciate it. Really appreciate the donation.
Rewrite that question that you
Mm-hmm.
deleted.
Yeah, we want to know what it was. What music are you into now? Evan Faulkner is asking.
Hi, Evan. I remember you from one
Yeah.
of the last streams.
Yeah.
Can
So
I-
what music are you into, Ed?
I like kind of chill wave.
Mm.
I like all kinds of music, pretty much except country and like what is
Did you
that?
just sing
like
a
EDM
Sandy?
that sounds like the same song for about 3 hours. It's really boring.
There's a line about that in The Good Place.
What?
Remember? When she was hearing it in the background and she was like, that's not music. That's EDM. You remember that? Because,
Vaguely? Is that like something that was in the bad place for her?
Yeah, or something like that. Or the
bothered
DJ.
her? Yeah, and I mean nothing against.
We should talk about The
Those-
Good Place.
Okay. Tell us about it.
No, it's from the writers of Parks and Recreation. You know the guy who plays Mose on The Office?
Moses.
He's actually a producer and writer of Parks and Recreation in The Office, and he has made The Good Place, which is different from Parks and Rec and The Office. It's not a mockumentary. It's not the same kind of comedy, but it's really, really intelligent. And what fascinates me about the show is they're able to appeal to really, really high-end, I want to say IQ levels. What I mean is they talk about philosophy and stuff like that, but then they also talk about like cool,
It's, like,
chill,
deep.
millennial music.
It's deep and lighthearted at the same time.
Exactly. And that's what makes it interesting. It's a dark, deep comedy, and I genuinely enjoy watching it.
Sam the MD donated
Oh, thank you.
$10. He said, "Rip Drew's AirPods,
Oh.
20-something, 19."
Big rip, that's for sure. Sorry about that, but yeah, thank you. I have new AirPods now. I've since gotten
Yeah.
2 new pairs of AirPods since then.
Really?
Yeah, I got the black pods, which lasted a good couple years.
Well, no, I had the black pods for a while
Yeah.
while you had that pair. And then do you remember we like switched cases because my black pods case was working?
Right.
And then you put your AirPods in the black pods case, and I still had the black
Mm-hmm.
AirPods in a white case. And then I was really annoyed because you scratched
Right.
off all the black.
Well, it
on
was
the
it was
case.
starting to scratch off anyway, so it
Oh.
was looking
Well,
like
then I would have just taken it back because now I had the case that didn't charge.
it looked like cow pods
Cow
because it
pods.
looked like black and white pattern.
That's even cooler.
Moo.
Moo. Sorry. Inside joke.
Right, exactly.
Stefan
Mm.
Spoon. How do you say your name? Is it Spoon?
Spawn.
He donated again. He said, "Hey
Wow.
Louise, what MacBook is that?"
Yeah,
This
what
is
MacBook
the
is
2015,
that? Nope.
26, 17, 18.
Yep. There you go.
2017 MacBook Pro with Touch Bar.
Yeah,
Is that it?
it's nice. We like it. We traded that in a while
Yeah,
back.
I
There's a
was-
vlog about that.
I
if
was
you
pretty
go,
hesitant actually.
really?
When we switched this, because Drew originally had an iMac, a 5K iMac,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really nice. Like obviously it's large and has a really nice screen display.
It's like the iMac Pro, except not as
And
good.
I kept saying, Drew, like I want to edit on this, and I never did. Disclaimer: I was too lazy.
Right.
But when he was it on Craigslist or Facebook?
Facebook.
On
I use
Facebook.
Mhm.
He was trying to sell the iMac, and no one was, giving him an offer even close to what he was asking
No,
for.
they were asking for way.
Like I told
way
Drew,
too little.
we're
Yeah.
not taking anything below $2,000, or was it 1,900?
It was around there, yeah.
Because
yeah.
you bought it for almost $3,000, so I thought that was a good price.
2,700 to be exact.
I'm gonna
yeah.
round up.
Yeah.
And there's a guy that was like, "Hey, I have this practically brand new 13-inch MacBook
Mm-hmm.
Pro." Oh my gosh, Stefan, stop donating.
No, don't stop donating.
So yeah, I mean that's the story. We drove out.
We drove out to meet this guy.
Yeah.
And
And
he had this MacBook Pro that we're using had barely any use on it. Like
right. It was
we checked
5 charges, right?
right.
5 full
We checked the
charges.
battery cycles on it. There was 5 complete charges, which means
Yeah.
basically unused. And I get that the specs of it are not, value wise as expensive as the iMac, but the difference was that no one was offering us anything close to the value of that MacBook for
True.
the iMac. That MacBook's value was more like
21.
yeah, it was like 2100, which I get is lower, but when you're selling something used, you're not going to get your money
Right.
back.
But I was hoping we'd get the 15-inch because I actually prefer the larger
Really?
size.
Yeah.
But now that I'm using it and I've actually edited probably like 5 videos on here, yeah, I like it. It's light. It's very portable. Drew brings it to work and I keep it at home.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
use it here on
back and
occasion.
forth.
It's, to me, much more versatile than the iMac was, because that made sense when we had editors and I needed someone to use the iMac Pro and I needed to use something else. But now with that, everything I needed the iMac for, that can do. Plus, it's mobile, so we can take it home and you
Yeah.
can edit with it,
I
and
just
I can
didn't
go to
see
work.
it that way.
Yeah.
But now I can see the light.
Thank you, hon. I appreciate it.
Also, someone said,
Jace Nato
Jason Nano.
donated, said, "What routers do you guys use at the office?" Which I couldn't tell you. Just
I don't
nothing.
know. Is that like a Wi-Fi thing?
Yeah,
you know
that's-
more about tech than I do.
It's just the stock, the Wi-Fi modems.
Wait,
they
I know
include.
which one we use at our house.
You do?
It's Motorola.
Oh,
And
okay.
wait, does that?
That's the brand.
Is
But
that-
yeah, I guess that counts. Yeah.
And we got it from Amazon. So I know that.
Oh man, but yeah, we got some Asus modem here at the office. It's nothing fancy. I don't know why people always ask about that.
Cool, Stefan again, coming back.
Thank you. Says you're kind of right. I should stop donating. Almost out of credits.
What does that mean? I didn't know there's credits on.
I don't know. Maybe he
YouTube.
has YouTube credit build up or something
Ooh.
like that. That's cool.
He's on a beta,
yeah.
a YouTube beta
Right.
credits.
Right. Well, I'm glad we got the MacBook because it just means I can do desktop things
Right.
on the go if we need to.
And it's helped us start our new channel.
Yeah,
The
I think
Ericssons.
it's perfect starter. I'm kind of I used to have a 15-inch MacBook.
Yeah.
But legit, the only reason I got the 15-inch was because I wanted the dedicated GPU.
Right.
And you couldn't get that.
Wait,
on
what
the
happened to
13-inch.
that? Did you sell it?
Yeah.
So you literally sold the 15-inch.
Well, back then I wasn't using it. You
Right.
know, the
And
times
you-
are changing.
You only used the iMac, the 5K iMac for like 3 months, right? It was almost brand new, and it was just sitting there on the floor.
We got it in June, and then we stopped
it in
using it around
November.
October, November. So it was a little bit longer than that. It was like 4 or
Right.
5 months, but
Oh,
yeah,
so Stefan said on my iTunes account. So I guess
gotcha.
you can use iTunes gift cards on YouTube. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
I have like $20 in my iTunes gift card.
Oh, really? When did that? We got to add this to our assets.
Yeah.
Maybe we secretly are millionaires. We just need to account for our iTunes
All our
gift
gift
cards.
cards. I have a $22 gift card to TJ Maxx for my birthday.
That with
I'm
my
excited.
$10 PayPal. With our powers
You had
combined.
$10 on PayPal?
No.
You're balling. No. I got $0 on my
Nice.
PayPal.
Oh, sorry.
Pal Pay.
I guess I didn't tell them what music I'm into, which
Oh,
is...
yeah. Come on. We can't answer this question.
I usually listen to pure pop radio, and if there's something I like, I add it to my library. So it's very random. There's not artists I follow or anything. Let me see what my...
He likes Marshmallow.
I do?
Happier?
I like songs that Marshmallow's
Right.
done, but I don't follow Marshmallow.
So he likes the song Happier by Marshmallow.
I like Imagine Dragons.
Oh,
Most
you
of the
like
stuff they do, I like.
Panic at the Disco and
I don't
Fall Out
follow
Boy.
them, but yeah.
But you like a couple of their songs
Yes.
at least. Oh, you like
have
21
several of those.
Pilots. You like Heathens by them and Ride and Stressed Out.
I listen to what everyone listens to. I'm not special.
He's your average boy.
I'm an average music boy. Like everyone listened to Girls Like You by Maroon 5, and I was like,
Girls
yeah,
like you.
that's good. I like that song. And everyone does.
Yeah.
I like PewDiePie's lasagna song. I like,
Dog lasagna.
there's a new song called Forgive Me Friend by Smith and Thell. That's really good. I'd recommend. It's on Apple Music. You guys can follow me on Apple Music if you
Really?
want. At Tailosive Tech, you can see what I'm listening to.
People are like subscribed to you on Apple Music.
No, they like follow me.
Okay.
Like
How many followers do you have?
I don't think it tells you.
Oh, that's weird. So there's
It
just all these
should.
random ghost
You
followers.
can see all your followers, but it won't count them up. Let me see if it does. View profile. What happens when I click that? Oh my God. There's a lot of people following me.
Really? 7?
Okay, here. Just to give the audience indication.
Oh my goodness. And does that say Tailosive or is it?
I think it's Tailosive Tech on Apple Music.
Why is your name Tailosive Tech on Apple Music?
I don't know. I think Tailosive was taken or something.
I know, but why isn't it just your name?
That was probably taken too. I don't.
It has to be unique.
Yeah, because it's like a Twitter.
That's strange.
A Twitter username. It's like at something.
Oh, okay.
So you have to pick a unique username.
Mine's probably like user 4037.
Do you remember when YouTube was like that, or were you not really into it back then?
YouTube had to be unique.
Yeah, before they partnered it with Google.
I had a channel called Louise Rocks 101. You guys can look it up.
You just shouted it out. They're gonna look
And
for
it's
it.
Rock spelt like ROX because I was
Okay.
meta like that.
You were cool. You are cool.
But yeah, there's no videos on there. I used to do these really stupid music video covers. Like there'd just be music playing in the background and I'd be like lip singing it.
You invented TikTok. You were doing TikTok before anyone.
Back in like 2008.
Yeah.
I wish I kept the
real
videos.
champion. You deleted them completely?
I have no idea what happened to them.
Because I
might have
remember
been,
you
like-
showing me one of your old channels with old videos on it. I don't know if it's that one. It might be.
I don't think I have any videos up.
Okay.
Just you can see the thumbnail is really cringe. It's like me and my computer camera. What is that called?
Webcam?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we all started there at some point. Me and Ross have some old webcam videos somewhere, but
You guys have so many hidden videos on YouTube.
we have an insane
like
amount.
probably thousands, in the thousands.
Legit an insane amount of hidden channels that I have kept secret, and some of which I can't find. Genuinely, like I
Like the
remember
name?
making them. I remember making the video. And I remember making the channel, and now I look up the channel and I don't see it. I don't know where it is. It's so weird, but yeah, that's happened several times.
Wow.
But I have told people for the channels that I do know where they are, and I do have access to them. They're still so embarrassing that I don't want people to see them until.
Someone mentioned Tailosive Airsoft. Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, that one I don't keep secret.
Okay.
That's a well-known one, but there's more secretive ones that people don't know about, and I still have chosen to keep them secret until
The
we hit a
million, right?
million. Yeah, that's my goal.
That's pretty ambitious.
Because then I feel like
It's worth it.
if you do find them, it'll be like, well, it's okay because you know where they ended up. You know, it turned into
Humble
something.
beginnings.
Humble beginnings, exactly. So I'm keeping it a secret for now, but one day I'll promote it. AR Boss Minecraft is another not so secret one.
Are we keeping track of the super chat?
We should read them.
No, I
Yeah.
mean like the amounts because we had a deal
Oh,
tonight
okay.
that we wouldn't buy dinner that was more than like half of what we.
Oh,
made on
we've already passed that. We're good.
But I want Papa Murphy.
This is called digital begging, everyone.
No,
Wh-
no one donate to us. Okay, Jesus or Jesus said the audio is great. By the way,
Thank you. We never get that.
maybe I'm speaking clearly.
I think we found we found a good balance between our microphones.
You just have to really peak it. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I went into OBS
Make it really
and
loud.
turn everything all the way up. But yeah.
And then Stefan again asks, what is your favorite part about PewDiePie's channel? I'm going to let you take this one.
Because you don't watch them.
I watch his videos with you. That's the only time. I think that would be kind of weird if I watched him
Yeah.
by myself.
I guess my favorite part is meme review. I like when he just reacts to stuff. And I like the Lawai when he goes on the PewDiePie subreddit. It's just entertaining. I just enjoy that he stays engaged with the audience and then he uploads fairly regularly and he's just
Ooh, can we start a Reddit for Tailosive Talks? I think there's one
Yeah.
for Tailosive.
None of them are official.
There's a page for Tailosive Tech that
there's like 3.
There's a bunch of
posts
followers
on
for
it.
that one too.
Yeah, I'm just saying
They're
none of
just
them have.
reposting
None of
stuff
them
that
are
you
me.
post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a Reddit, but
Well, we need to start.
Yeah.
Reddit is the third greatest social media platform.
Really?
Yeah, it surpassed Twitter, I think.
Oh my
In
god.
the amount of users, or maybe not amount of users. Just
I can't keep up.
most.
There's too many. I need to put you in control of Reddit. See, I'm trying to stay on top of so many different accounts in social media
Right.
that I genuinely am just like, now this, now this, now this. Now I don't want to add more until.
Hun, I work really hard to entertain my 3 Twitter followers, so that takes up all my time.
Yeah, my sister's the same way.
Your sister is so cute on Twitter.
She makes great tweets, but like no one.
But I
really
like how she
follows
keeps
her.
doing it.
Yeah.
Like
She's
one
committed.
heart is me.
Yeah. We're not going to tell you her Twitter username.
Yes.
You have to work
We have
harder
to
than that.
respect her privacy.
Oh, we have a very nice super chat from Trainer K10 who says,
Ooh.
just wanted to say I love your content and watch your videos every day. Thank you. It's very
That's
nice.
nice. Do you run 10Ks? Is that a thing? Like, you know, there's like 5Ks and
Oh,
like,
I've never run a 5K.
I think he trains for 10Ks. So
Ooh.
good job, runner guy.
K10. I thought that was just taking it up a notch from a K9.
Oh.
He's like, I'm above a dog. I am peak
I am
species.
I'm God.
I am God because I am stronger than dog. Dinner can be $47. They've done the math
well,
for us.
it's half of what we make on here.
Oh.
I'm guessing that's how much we made. Like, well, I don't know, 47. That seems like a lot. Wait,
oh,
are
here's
you
a
still
good-
on your 10R?
What's that?
Are you still on your 10R?
Yeah.
Can I use the 10S Max?
Yeah. Did you get that idea from the chat?
Yeah.
They're like, can I have the tennis net? I've
No.
offered it to you several times.
Yeah, but I didn't feel it until now.
Okay. It's in the back. Yeah, I can grab it for you.
Oh, his name is Katon. So that's why it's
Katon.
K10.
Oh, interesting.
Dang, I thought you ran.
Lamar asked that
disappointed.
if we could learn a foreign language, what would it be and why? Which is
Ooh.
an interesting question.
Oh, probably like Australian or whatever they speak in England. So yeah.
I am trilingual, actually. I know
Really?
American, English, and Australian.
Wow.
So
Good job.
if I were to learn a 4th language, though, probably Spanish.
We both took Spanish in high school.
And neither
Wait,
of us
okay.
can speak it.
No, let's try to have a conversación.
Okay.
Ahora. Okay. Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Estoy bien. ¿Y tú, mamá?
Cuando tú completan, I'm making it up now, el Tailosive Talks podcast. That's my accent.
See?
Pizza?
No, ¿quieres? ¿Quieres Taco Bell? O pizza.
Oh, pizza.
Yo quiero papa. Murphy de papa.
Tú es mi
Esposa. ¿Favorita?
persona favorita.
Oh, gracias.
De nada.
Mi corazón es calor.
Tú es muy bonita.
Oh, gracias. I tried to say my heart is warm, but I think I said something really bad.
Cool, I lasted longer.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Rude.
You're wonderful, hon. Oh my goodness, we have a new record donator, but we gotta
Oh, thank you.
answer some of these super chats here.
Stefan again.
What did Stefan say?
Could you provide a hint on your next video for the Ericksons?
Ooh, that's a good one.
No, it's super secret because I don't even know it myself.
No, we don't know yet. Zach Cap says, keep up the good work. Your videos are my favorite. Wow, you guys are too nice.
Stop sucking up to him.
You said my heart is hot.
I know. I tried to say warm. I don't know how you say warm.
Wow. And
Someone
we got
say that.
a new record high super chat donation from LeBaron.
LeBron James.
LeBron Burton, who donated
LeBron
$20. Wow, thank you.
Thank you. That's so generous. Next time, add a comment so we can
Yeah,
say
we can
something
read.
to
We
you.
can read something if you want to say anything.
My heart is hot.
My heart is hot.
Sorry.
Oh, it warms the heart. Remember when we said we were going to talk about taxes and how we completely ignored that?
Taxes are so scary and also not interesting.
I kind of. Oh, the main point I was going to get back to is that I'm kind of interested in the Texas area.
Like actually moving there?
I'm thinking about it.
Did you know there are beaches in Texas? Think about it. There's a coast that touches water.
Okay, here's my reason.
Yes.
So there's far lower income tax, which is good.
Hun, are you serious? Like, my heart is pounding right now. I'm so down. Let's go.
I'm just keeping this in mind.
Okay.
But the main thing, remember, let me
Is
see
your
if you
favorite
remember.
YouTuber there?
No. No.
They're in Wisconsin?
They're in Wisconsin, of course. We're not
Okay.
moving to Wisconsin.
No. They have great cheese, though, I heard.
What is my main priority when looking for a new place?
Low cost of living? No, Wi-Fi. Internet.
Now, guess what internet service is available in Austin, Texas?
Amazon Wi-Fi.
That would
The
be
best
cool.
Wi-Fi.
I've never heard of that, but that would be really cool.
I just came up with it.
And I know you don't like the snow as much. And
They
that
don't have
rarely
snow.
snows.
I like snow like for 3 days.
Yeah, sure. You can visit the snow. My family's up in Washington. We can still visit them
Right.
once a year, maybe more. Who knows? Because the tickets to Washington aren't that much.
From here, but from Texas, it might be like a couple hundred.
Sure.
Anyways,
Yeah, we can do it. We can do it.
continue with your
So in
point.
Austin, Texas is a little thing called Google Fiber.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Really?
They have it there.
It must be a huge city then.
And I looked at the prices
many
online
people?
of what Google Fiber is. Oh my God, it looks so good.
How much?
I was drooling looking
How
at the
much?
website. I'll tell you.
Okay.
I have the screenshot here because I was looking at
There's
it.
almost 1 million people there. Hun, are you sure you want to live where 1 million people are?
Well, you don't have to live in the city.
Well, how far does the fiber stretch?
Well, it depends. We'd have to do some research. We'd have to look at what houses are available versus where fiber is available.
It's pretty
Plus,
cold there right now.
I was looking at the business prices,
Okay.
but the good news is the residential and business Wi-Fi's are pretty close. They're not really that different. So
Okay.
if we wanted, let's say in concept, if we wanted to work from home, we could have that option.
Oh.
Unless,
And that's available, not just to commercial spaces?
from what I've been told, fiber's not available everywhere in Austin. So it's kind of certain areas I have to look
well,
at.
yeah.
But
That's a given.
there's certain places in specific. But there is a internet plan on Google Fiber's website, and this is talking about Austin, Texas,
Okay.
that is 1,000 down, 1,000 up.
That
for-
seems fake. That's
for-
fake news.
Even if it's half that, even if it's half what they're advertising,
What
It
if
would
it's only
be-
like a quarter
it would be more than 10 times better than what I have right now.
for up?
Yeah.
What is up right now? What do you
Up right now is
What is up, dog?
what is up, dog? Gotcha. Right now, for those curious of the Tailosive HQ internet speeds, we have 2 Wi-Fi connections because of a deal we worked out with our neighbor. So we have Wi-Fi in the tech side of the building, and then we have Wi-Fi in the gaming side of the building. We love being able to go between them because it allows us to use one Wi-Fi for live streaming. Like right now, the Mac Mini that we're live streaming with is connected to the tech room side of the building. And that means that all of our devices, like Louise's computer, my iPad, we can be connected to different side. Well, they better text me.
Someone's here.
Someone better not just show up knocking.
Here, go open the door. I'll entertain them for
You
a
sure?
little bit.
Okay.
Okay, guys, it's just gonna be you and me for a second. Let's go over some of the past super chats. John Carlo donated I don't know if that's pounds or euros. I think that's euros. He said, I am team Android, but respect, #respect, and I enjoy your vids. Well, Drew says thank you. And thank you for watching him and being a fan. And then we have another, what is it called? Super chat from LeBaron Burton again. Thank you. And
Sorry.
so there's a $5 super chat from LeBaron again.
Wow, thank
he
you.
said, just stopping in to show support and to troll Drew on his bad choice of phones.
Wow.
Wow, he's really trying to trigger you
Why
there.
don't you save your super chats and buy a real phone, sir?
So is he an Android
Right back
sheep?
at you. He must be if I have poor choice of phone.
I guess.
But thanks anyway. No hard feelings.
Stefan says, I'm on team Apple.
Oh, good for him. Good for him. So, is it okay if I go back to what I was saying?
Well,
About the Wi-Fis?
first of all, who was that?
Oh, it was our neighbor. They need a jump start to their car, so
Oh no.
I told Wyatt to help them out.
Oh, you texted Wyatt? Or okay, good.
But here's the thing: we have Wi-Fi in this side of the building that is being used for the live stream, and then we use the Wi-Fi on the other side of the building to manage the stream on the MacBook and the iPad. But both Wi-Fi connections maxed out, giving Comcast as much money as possible for the most upload possible. Both Wi-Fi networks are still 30.
30 up?
30 up. And that's
Oh
what
my
we're
gosh, I can't even imagine what 1,000 would be like. That's
Right?
like watching Netflix at like smooth, creamy
we
speed.
we could upload videos without compressing them. For those of you who don't know my tech videos right now, by the time they go up on YouTube, they are heavily compressed because we have to convert them using Final Cut to what's called the H.264 video codec, which basically just means take all the quality, shrink it down, keep it as high quality as possible, but make the end file as little as possible. So a tech video ends up being 10 gigs, 11 gigs, around that size. Whereas if we were to not compress it and the video quality would be
Well, do you think it
excellent.
would be noticeable by the naked human eye?
Probably not super noticeable, but the more important thing with the upload is the time thing. If we had 1,000 upload, which is what Fiber's advertising, it would be, it wouldn't take an hour or 90 minutes to upload a video, which is what it does right now. It takes me 90 minutes
Wait,
to post
even
a
the
tech
compressed version?
video. To
That's
upload
ridiculous.
a 10 gigabyte
Sorry,
video
I didn't
takes
know you were
90
going
minutes.
through this. Why didn't you tell me?
It's so difficult. I know it sucks, but yeah, I want it to be true that wherever we may end up in the future, we get a Wi-Fi upgrade, not a
Right.
downgrade, because right
Let's
now
follow
it's very
where,
convenient.
where gigabit is.
Yeah, so I did
Is
a
there
little
like a
bit of
US
looking,
map
but
of where gigabit is? Maybe like that could help us narrow down some choices.
the problem is gigabit is a messy terminology because technically there's gigabit here, but it's only for down.
Okay.
So I don't
let's
care
look
about download.
specifically for gigabit upload speeds.
Right, and that's what Fiber's saying is it's like up to this upload, this is the upload speeds, this is the download speeds. With Xfinity right here, they told me when I contacted them, they're like, hey, you can get gigabit here. And I was like,
Right.
seriously? What is it? And they were like, it's 900 down. And I was like, oh,
Wait, was that for our house?
900.
Do you
No, this
remember?
was here.
Okay.
I don't believe that person who said it was for our house. The Postal Service barely knows where our house is, so
Right.
I don't think we can get gigabit at our house. But
That'd be pretty impressive.
Still, I was like, yeah, no, there's no way we can get those kinds of speeds. But I know companies offer that, but believe me, don't think I haven't tried here. The internet's the one that wire and how stable it is how good my business can be, and I've called everyone. I've checked with everything that I can possibly find in this area, and I promise you that's the best speeds we can get from Xfinity. And
But we have pretty good download speeds here, right? Like
downloads
250?
download's great. I get 350 download, but I don't care about that
How do
because
you get like less than 10% of your download is your upload? Like, why is that so?
I don't know. I don't know
They
why
really-
it's so off. It's so lopsided. They give everyone all this download and like no up, and I'm like, who on earth needs all this down? Like our download is absurdly good. We can download videos that are 2 hours long in like 20 minutes. It's like
Yeah.
I don't need that though. I
Well,
would gladly have slower down. if
They're
it meant
definitely
more up.
appealing to the masses. Like, most people aren't using those upload speeds. That's why they prioritize the download speeds more, because more people are consuming, like different entertainment platforms rather than actually, uploading stuff to YouTube or something.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're just not
We're
important enough.
we're just in a not heavily requested upload area. When I went to John Morrison's office, they had 100 up, and it was like, oh, when I was uploading the video, I created
That's still not that much, though.
it was still significantly better than here. Like
right.
I exported a uncompressed video, not H.264. It was like 40 gigs, and the upload still took 20 minutes. I was like,
Oh my goodness, you poor thing. 20 minutes of your life.
no, I said, that's good.
Okay.
That's amazing. Like to upload an uncompressed
All right.
video that quickly, like that is so fast to me. And here it's like you can only do so much at a time. If you're uploading, you have to go on the other Wi-Fi to stream, and you're so limited by what you can do that
You guys, please stop spamming in the chat.
Yeah,
It's really
spam's
annoying.
always a bad idea. Don't do that.
But I'm hoping like in the future there will be gigabit everywhere and things will just
Me
be
too.
1,000% faster.
Me
Because
too.
that's what we're striving for, is for life to be easier,
Mm-hmm.
for internet speeds to get faster.
And it's not for my consuming purposes. I hope you know that. It's not me as just, I want to watch Netflix and I want to...
No, I know that. You're a creator.
It's as a creator, the upload is really important. If I wasn't a
Yeah.
creator, I would have absolutely no priority on Wi-Fi. I wouldn't care at all. Most Wi-Fi that's available in the States is perfectly fine for consuming purposes. Like we have... No, combining both the Wi-Fi networks wouldn't help me at all. It's already an advantage that they're separate because I can join one and it won't affect the other. I don't want it to take up all of both, but yeah, I just would like a place that's an upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah,
anyway.
we'll definitely look into that.
We'll have to check.
But Texas, I'm interested.
Really?
Because, I mean, you've noticed recently I've been watching a lot of videos about meat. That might be a little weird, but
yeah.
there's a bunch of channels that just barbecue, and my mouth waters when I watch it.
Food video.
And I know
incoming.
the South is like pretty well known for good barbecue. So I want to try some good old Southern.
It's just
comfort
fascinating to me
cooking.
that you judge where you want to live based on food availability.
You don't?
I just think that for the most
You
part.
want to live in Alaska where all
No.
they have is like blubber shacks? They
Okay,
can sell you-
Alaska's a little different, but I just mean generally in the continental United States, we all have pretty much.
In-N-Out is not everywhere. Did you know that? So
Yeah, I
that
knew that.
that has a factor in where we should live. We need to
In-N-Out
be
is in
close to-
Texas, I think.
Yeah, but then there's like fried chicken places in the South that aren't here. So that's like a pro for going there.
True. Okay.
True.
True. I don't know. I was just talking with because I've talked about you with you in the past, like where we end up. I kind of want it to be at least near someone I know
Right.
a little bit, and knowing
Well,
that.
okay, let's brainstorm all the people we know in the continental United States or Hawaii. I'm not opposed to Hawaii. And I know you have like an uncle or something there, right?
I used to have a friend there, not an uncle, and that friend now lives in Texas. So I don't know anyone in Hawaii now. Oh, I know who you're thinking of. That's someone else. I barely know them, but
Oh, isn't it like your aunt's
my great aunt's son or something.
who doesn't know us and lives on a boat?
Yeah, he kind of lives on a boat, not really Hawaii. So
He
But
lives
yeah,
in
I
a boat
barely know
in
him.
Hawaii. I would live in a trash can in Hawaii, honestly.
a lot of people do. That's a problem they're having over there.
I know. I don't
It's-
want to add to the problem.
It's way too easy to be homeless in Hawaii.
I
'cause
know. It's
just-
nice weather. Like imagine being homeless where people vacation. You're living the life.
Right. And that's why there's such a big homeless problem over there, is because everyone just sleeps on the beach. And then
Right. I would personally ship my car and just live in my car.
there's a ton of people that just live out of their vans, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Except my car doesn't have AC, so I'd probably be sweaty all
We'll
the
just
time.
go swimming to cool down.
That's true. Swim with the turtles when I'm all sweaty. And they
Except the
can-
water's like 90 degrees.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Like today it
We'll
was
have to visit
maybe
sometime.
41 degrees and I was freezing all
Really?
day.
Man, you
I was
can't
wearing-
take it much colder.
I was
think.
wearing 2 sweaters and I was still shivering. I need to start wearing like 3 pairs of socks.
So you'd rather go south than north.
Yes, probably.
I see. Yeah, I'm like you. I when I visited you in Florida, stopped in Texas at the airport.
But you didn't go
And
outside.
I saw it briefly, but it looked kind of brown and gray when I
Well,
landed.
Yeah, I think it's very dry there. Brown grass everywhere.
It didn't look very colorful
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, but
We'll have to look at it on Google Maps because that's like the aerial view is really interesting.
Yeah.
Like for part of my job, I'm basically researching people's address
Mm-hmm.
And it's really cool to see like some of the farming patterns that different states have, like
Right.
where everything's like square and green, and then the rest will be like desert and brown.
Mm.
It's just cool. It looks like a, what are those things called? Crop circle, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. I know what
It's
you're
like
talking
the
about.
aliens are trying to communicate with us
They're marking the
through these
territory.
squares.
Right.
Speaking of aliens,
Yeah.
do you believe in aliens?
Yeah. I don't think we're alone in the universe, if that's what you're asking.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that there is. I don't believe in probably the aliens everyone assumes I believe in.
Mm-hmm. Not the green
Not the
men.
green men on Mars, not the Mars attacks looking aliens. I don't even think aliens are carbon based life forms, to be
Really?
honest. No, I don't think life like the kind we know on Earth, I don't believe exists that commonly in the universe. Otherwise, we would have seen something or evidence of it by now. But if there is, it might be just bacteria and stuff like that. But I do believe in like the idea that there are other sentient, intelligent life forms that. But I just imagine they're on such a complete opposite level of existence than us. Because I do think that there's more of a there's more like species or more sentient life forms on like different dimensions of existence than I do like, oh, you just have to go far enough.
Right.
Just go to this galaxy and you'll find
Like
a planet and
maybe-
there's more people there. No, I
Maybe
don't think
there's
that. Mm-hmm.
like different beings like right next to us right now, but they're like in a different dimension that we can't comprehend.
Yeah.
Like I've watched those videos explaining what like the fourth dimension is and the fifth dimension, and I can't even understand the fourth dimension. Like the videos.
It's time.
Is it?
Generally, that's what people are referring to in the fourth dimension is
Okay.
time. Yeah.
It was something about like folding and like I don't know. I can't even
Space-time.
remember. I was probably 12 when I watched that video, but I was so confused.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll rewatch it.
I would say I've talked about this in the past, but if there was a movie or a film that in my mind accurately represented what I think aliens would be like or what an encounter with our species and an alien species would be like, it would be like the film Arrival. Do you remember that one with Amy Adams?
Yeah.
That's a wonderful film because I love that there's no like grand entry of like they're flying in from space and
Right.
these flying
It's subtle.
they just kind of show up and no one really knows why or what they're doing. And I love that film because they highlight so much of the communication process and how difficult that would be between two different species that live on basically opposite ends of not just the universe but reality.
Right.
And that's how I think it would be. It would not be some kind of like, oh, they have these ships and they make their ships out of this and they float and they have advanced technology. I think it would be
So
like
how did they communicate again? It was in like circles or time.
they had a type of language that didn't have a beginning or an end. It was
This
not
is
relative to
if
time.
you watch The Good Place, it's Jeremy Bearimy.
Jeremy Bearimy, yeah, that's another great way of explaining it. But with Arrival, basically the species that came to Earth didn't exist relevant to time. Everything here is time relevant. You know, you have an age. We start a sentence, we finish a sentence. A word has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And this species didn't have that. Their language was uniform.
You could read it in any direction.
It was like reading a sentence from
both ends.
both ends and meeting towards the middle. And they were just trying to teach humanity in that film their language. And a little bit of spoilers if you care about that movie. It's been out for a long time. I don't think we should.
I
But
think it's on
basically,
Netflix now. If you guys want
it
to watch
might be, yeah. It's a good film. I recommend looking it up. It's called Arrival. And as the main character of the film learns the language, she starts to perceive time the way they do in a non-linear way. And that to me was the most realistic. And not that specifically that they would not really exist in the time, space and time the way we do. But for me, it's like just pure existence. And they experience it differently than us. They don't fly in from space. They just kind of appear. And then at the end of the film, they just vanish. They're gone. And you don't know why they came. They didn't come for war. They didn't come for resources. They came to teach a gift, and they only barely touched on the purpose of it in the film. Like Amy Adams goes up to one and she's like, "Why are you saying this? Why are you here? What is your purpose here?" That was the whole plot of the film, is just trying to communicate.
Right.
Like most movies don't do that. They just go to the war. They just go to the fighting. Or
There has
they
to
go
be
to
something more violent and gory
Yeah.
in your face.
Right. And in this film, the whole objective of the film is just to figure out why they're here. And she can kind of understand the language. And basically the only answer she
visions,
got,
right? They were showing her
Right.
visions, and she didn't understand. Like, it's coming back to me now.
well, they weren't showing her visions. She was seeing the visions.
She was seeing her life in its entirety.
She was seeing the end of her life and the beginning of her life.
Right.
And all in between, just because
Did
she learned the
know
language.
what she was seeing, or was she like...
I think she figured it out.
Okay.
At first, she thought they were dreams, and then she started realizing she was perceiving time differently than humans do.
Right.
And I love that movie.
We should watch it again.
We should. It's
Movie
it's a
night.
slow movie. It's
Yeah.
kind of long and slow, but
Let's
I
do
still
it
think
on
it's
a-
interesting.
A not work night.
Soundtrack's really good. But the general answer she gets from the aliens is, "We help humans now. In 3,000 years, you'll help us." That was it. They didn't give
Wow.
any more. And I was like,
Wait, did they say that?
yeah, they basically, that's the only answer they ever gave in the
Okay.
movie, was like, "We're helping you, and then
So,
later you're going to help us."
The
And that's
main
all they
purpose
told
of
us.
this was self-preservation. Those selfish aliens, they don't care about us.
Right.
Maybe they do.
Let's see. Giancarlo said all these carbon and silicon-based inputs only applies to Earth. In farther ends of the universe, we don't know if there are other elements besides our periodic
Yeah.
table, and that's. But I agree.
I'm betting $2 that there are.
Okay,
that's-
$2.
I don't even have $2 in my wallet, actually.
No, I don't think I have $2 in cash, but no, I. So let me repeat the question to you. Do you believe that there are extraterrestrials? There's aliens?
Yes, definitely.
Mm.
I think it would be foolish to think that we're the only ones that exist in this universe or beyond the universe. And are there multiple universes? See, now I'm like confusing myself, but I'm sure.
I think there are, personally.
Well, the universe is including everything, though, right? That's
Right.
what the words.
That's when you get messy on your definition of what the universe is. What is the universe?
It's literally everything that exists.
In my opinion, in my mind, it's everything that exists on our level of reality.
Yes, but
In my opinion, I think it's completely
this is hard
makes
to
sense.
talk about.
Nothing in the universe is there one of. Have you thought of that? Like, there's not one water molecule. There's lots of all things. There's lots of suns. There's lots of stars. There's lots of galaxies.
Wait, I can think of one thing.
What?
That's entirely unique. DNA.
My love for you.
Oh, honey. Mi corazón es calor.
Sorry, what did you say?
I
Go ahead.
said DNA. Each, well, not each individual
But there's
strand,
lots
like-
of DNA.
Right.
Right.
But it's unique in its code that one
Sure.
person, like, you could have 1,000 babies with the same person, and none of the babies that you'd have would have the same DNA. They could
Sure.
have similar DNA, but
But there's lots of different kinds of DNA, is my point. There's not one type of one thing, and that's why I think that why would there only be one universe?
Wait,
If
what
there's
about
so
those,
much
like,
different
super-
things? Why wouldn't there be different levels of existence that we can't perceive, that we can't imagine, because our brain only works? It's
well,
kind of
I'm
like
saying,
Stranger
like,
Things.
the
You
Milky
remember
Way
that?
galaxy, like, there's multiple galaxies and then, like, nebulas and all that. I'm saying, like, the universe as a concept is, like, multiple, I don't know, multiverse? Is that a thing?
There's a theory on multiverse that I believe in. I
Yeah.
think it's. I think
I would
it's
have to do
legitimate.
some more research on the internet before I can
I just think
speak
that
about this.
it's so naive if you go throughout history to look at what scientists and what astronomers used to think was everything.
Right.
It's so naive for us to think that we know that
Well,
everything
we don't.
exists.
But have you watched those videos that are like, this is what a cell looks like, and then it keeps like getting bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now this is a human. Now this is America. Now this
Mm-hmm.
is Earth. Now this is the solar system. Now, and it just keeps
The
getting
Milky
bigger.
Way, and then
Right.
black holes, and then the
So it's like
universe, and
a
then
normal-
Big Chungus. Big Chungus is bigger
Right.
than we can conceive. Sorry, but
Yeah.
So
Anyways,
you don't believe in
space.
like the multiverse idea of like there being different things outside of our universe?
Well, I can't. My brain can't fully comprehend that concept because in my mind, the universe is everything, including like the other. I don't know, galaxies that exist. That's included in the universe. The universe in my mind is everything that exists in itself.
Interesting. So everything that exists.
Yeah, we need to watch some like documentaries about this so we can wisen up.
Well, that's what the idea of alternate realities would be. It's like a reality in a different playing field than ours. I imagine that's true because I just live with the belief that the universe and existence and reality is more complicated than we all think it is. I don't think it's as simple as just a bunch of stars and galaxies. I think there's more, kind of like Stranger Things talks about the fly on the wire. You remember that?
No.
The idea with the fly on the wire is, tightrope. Fly on the tightrope. There's a guy who walks on a tightrope. He can go backward and forward.
Okay.
That's our reality. The fly on the tightrope
Can
go
around
under.
it. Wait, the guy
He
can do
can-
it. He just needs to hang
Yeah.
and like swing himself.
Right. So we're saying that show kind of played with the idea that there is a different reality that, for some reason, without explanation, it was opening up. There was a gate, for instance, that creatures of different realities and different levels of existence were passing through, and that's why I liked that show, Stranger Things, so much.
That felt more. The upside down felt more like a comparison to hell and like all that entails.
What is hell? Is
You
hell
know, everyone's nightmare.
is hell in our universe, or is it in a different reality?
Well, the universe contains everything. So yes, I think hell would be in our universe. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love that show.
Okay,
Except
we
season
have
2, that
a
sucked.
couple of super chats
Yeah, let's
to go
catch up
over.
here.
Stefan said, I think Apple hired aliens to make Face ID. They do have that alien guy on the, what is it called? The Face Emoji? Is that what?
You can be an alien in Face ID, yeah.
No, like, you know that little emoji thing that you can,
Yeah.
that like, what is that called? Face Emoji?
An emoji.
Animoji.
Yeah.
And it's really weird. He has like weird bumps on his head if you
He has a green
get real
tongue.
angry. Oh, yeah.
We got another super chat from Evan Faulkner, who says, talk about the theory of space-time continuum, which
Oh.
I know nothing about. So
We
I'm
would
sorry.
love to, but actually we only have 4 minutes left, so we don't have enough time
Yeah.
to talk about
But I don't.
everything.
I
Space-time
probably know
continuum.
about it, but I just don't know what you mean specifically by that. So I apologize.
Space-time continuum. Does that mean like time began at some point
Mm.
and then space was created with the Big Bang?
Do you believe in the Big Bang Theory? You
I
think
really
we
don't
all-
know. I don't know enough about it to believe
Okay.
anything.
Well, that's wise of you to at least admit that you're not like well versed enough on it. I think that's better than just guessing or
Right.
just assuming.
I mean, like faith is one thing,
Mm-hmm.
but then like science,
Yeah,
it gets messy.
I think it makes sense. For the most part, everything's been measured to be moving apart from each other. Did someone try to explain it to us in a YouTube message? Space-time continuum is the idea that time moves slower as speed goes faster. I get it, but can't explain it much. Oh, well, yeah, they do that in Interstellar.
Oh, like how if you like went to Mars or something and came back, everyone would be really old, but you'd still be like however.
Mars wouldn't be drastic enough of an example.
No,
They
it'd
mean
have to
more
be
like
way far.
they mean more something like traveling really close to a star or under extreme high speeds. Time moves differently for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mars isn't that far away in the grand scheme of speed in the universe, but if
I mean,
They-
it takes like 3 years or something to get there, right? That's pretty far away.
and it's closest, it takes like 8 months.
Really?
But it's you have to
See how
wait
little
till
we
the
know about
planets
this.
line up because they're moving around the sun at different speeds, and it means that they don't really Earth and Mars don't really get that close to each other until every 2 years. So you can't just go whenever you want. It's another
Right.
problem with the Elon Musk idea of capitalizing on round trip Mars missions because I don't think that many people would pay for it. There's people that would train and be willing to do it, but I think the mental strain that would have on people would be incredibly unbearable to be that detached from humanity for that long.
Well, just bring some DVDs. I got a
DVDs.
box set of Everybody Loves Raymond, so that can keep me preoccupied for 8 months.
Bring a box set of Lost, and you still won't finish it by the time
Oh
you
my
get
goodness.
back. It's that long.
I still can't commit to that.
Even if
You
you
watched
were
it like twice, right?
yeah,
like-
once when I was in middle school, and then once last year.
And you like busted through that thing.
I
in,
still
like, 3
cried at the
months.
last episode, even though
Really?
I've seen the whole thing.
I'll watch the last episode with you and be really confused.
We gotta wait a good 5 years before we watch Lost again.
Really?
Yeah, I can't watch it again now. It's too soon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a commitment.
All right.
But
I do like those types of shows though that people are like cast away on an island. Like we watched Survivor, the very 1st season.
there you go. What if we got all of Survivor on DVD? That would take us more than 4
There's
years.
literally 34 seasons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you packed all that with you on your way to Mars, you'd be fine.
The only thing is like I can't stay interested in it if
Exactly.
if there's
I'm joking mostly.
like the first season was fine because it was our first time watching it. But then I was also watching season 34 like by myself,
Yeah.
and it was like the All Stars, so it was a bunch of previous winners. So I was like, this kind of ruins any of the seasons that I'd watched before this because now I know
don't
who
watch
wins.
it. Yeah, don't watch
But
that.
I've already watched like 7
Oh.
episodes of it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting theory that Interstellar played a lot with, of like when they go to this certain planet that's really close to a black hole, like every hour on the planet is 7 years on Earth, and that's why.
Wait, can you say that again? My brain just like stopped
Okay.
halfway through that
So the
sentence.
planet they visit in Interstellar is going.
Oh, I thought you meant on Earth.
No. This is a planet on a different galaxy.
Okay, I've never
far away.
seen Interstellar.
It's a good movie. We should watch it sometime.
Yeah,
I
and
think
there's
you
that
might
other
like it.
space movie, right, with James Bourne or something. What's his
James
name?
Bourne.
Something Bourne.
Matt Damon.
Yes.
James Bourne's the character. Matt Damon is in Interstellar. Oh, you're
Okay.
thinking of The Martian
Yes.
that Matt Damon is also in. He was in.
Why is he in so many space
He
movies?
was in 2 space movies, and they came out like within 3 months of each other. It
Right.
was really confusing. But there was
He's been typecast.
there was a planet. Yeah, there was a planet they wanted to visit that was really close to a black hole. So it was traveling at an insane speed compared to Earth, really, really fast, which meant that when they traveled down to the planet to collect data, every hour they spent on the planet was going to be 7 years in Earth, because the space-time continuum theory is that the faster you're going, time moves differently. You perceive it differently as the observer than people who are moving slower. So in this universe, they're treating that as real. And I think it has been proven because GPS satellites have to take this into consideration. They took atomic accurate clocks to the moon with them when the Apollo missions went to the moon, and when they came back, they were slightly off.
How much? Like
Not
minutes?
by like 15 seconds.
Oh.
Not much, because it's not that far,
Right.
and they didn't go that fast. But if you were to
So I'm saying,
exponentially
like,
get faster
But
than
Mars
that,
is way farther than the moon.
right?
So
But speed-wise, it's not that.
you
different.
might be like 3 months older than than your cousin.
On Mars, it would probably be a difference of like 10 minutes.
Really?
Which is a lot in the grand scheme of time perception. But
That is not a lot in the grand scheme of time perception. That's very.
to like change the rate at which time passes, 10 minutes.
But imagine how long time has been happening. Exactly. 10 minutes is nothing. Also, we have another super chat from Evan.
Oh, thanks,
Faulkner.
Evan.
Said, watch Forged in Fire? It's
Yeah,
about making knives. Ooh,
atomic
that sounds
clocks.
cool.
Don't watch those knife videos, because if you watch
Why?
one, they'll never stop recommending them to you. I
that's
watched
annoying.
one recently, and now all of my recommended is just watch this sharpest knife
Right.
that's clear, sharpest
See,
knife.
this is what I like about the barbecue thing, because it keeps recommending me steak videos, and I just keep
See,
drilling.
that's good. That's good.
Steak.
But what happens in that movie is an astronaut realizes that Earth is in trouble, like they're running out of natural resources, and they're looking for a new home.
Is this Interstellar?
Yeah, this is
Well, if
Interstellar.
we're gonna watch it, don't spoil it for me.
I'm just giving you the
Okay.
plot, and you're going to ask me
Synopsis.
about the plot when we're watching it. So I'd
So,
rather.
just let me ask you questions, okay?
Okay, so the plot is, his daughter doesn't want him to leave because he's going to be gone for basically her entire life, even though to him
Dude,
it's
what
going
a
to perceive
jerk.
like 20 years. But here's the question. Here's the moral dilemma of the film. Do you
Marry your daughter.
Leave? No. Oh, God. You made this gross. Gross.
Sorry. Okay, continue.
Okay. Do you go out into outer space to find a new home for all of humanity
But forget
and
about
find
your
a
daughter?
find a future for your daughter as Earth is about to crumble? Or do you just spend the rest of your life with your daughter and die and let her deal with the problem? Like, do you
Well,
make a
would
future
he even
for your
get
kids?
back in time? Like,
Well, I would tell you, but you don't want a spoiler, so I'm not going to tell you.
okay.
But
Because
it's
I'm
interesting.
guessing by the time that he gets back and like has figured it out that there are, other planets or whatever, that probably his daughter would be dead, his granddaughter would be dead, and like maybe like 5 generations down or something.
Or close to dead.
Oh, don't ruin it. Okay, I'm
Well,
done talking about this.
that's the whole idea of. That's why I love Chris Nolan. He's able to.
Oh, wait,
handle
what's on
films in
Hulu?
a different way.
They're saying Hulu.
You don't need to go back in time. You just need to measure the age. I've seen no theory to prove the idea that time reversal is possible.
Oh, age
Just-
reversal or
No, just going backwards in time. I've never seen any concept that says that's possible. I've
right.
seen.
Well, how would you know if time is going backwards? Because maybe it would still feel exactly the same way. Like, what if you're Benjamin Button and time was reversing just for you?
That's a disorder. That's not time.
No,
That's
there's
not
no
time
such thing
perception.
as a disorder that makes you an old man, like born
You're
born
thinking
an
of
old
some
man.
totally different thing.
No, Benjamin Button.
It's a disease.
Is it really?
That's not a time
I'm
perception.
thinking of the movie.
I'm just saying.
I
I'm
thought
just telling
time
you.
was like moving backwards for him.
I'm just telling you that there are scientific ways of traveling forward in time because you're perceiving it differently. So if you were to fly in some kind of super powerful ship really close to a black hole, you could.
Which isn't possible though, because that black hole would suck you up.
Yeah, but I'm saying a hypothetical ship that could handle
Well,
that.
I'm creating this hypothetical ship that also goes backwards in time. And
Okay, you're right.
See,
But I'm saying
that's what I'm saying.
No,
It's
like
all hypothetical.
it is possible to design a ship with just powerful enough rockets. Okay, like we can just create enough combustion to prevent ourselves from defying gravity. That's how rockets go to space, right? They defy. Sorry.
They defy.
They defy
They Willem
physics.
Dafoe.
They use rocket fuel and they can go above Earth. So let's say you exponentially make a really powerful rocket. Now you're right next to a black hole. Got it? Like it's just you're really strong rocket. Good engine.
I feel like it's harder to do that in
Horsepower.
space because at least on Earth you have something to like, I don't know, propel yourself off of.
No, they don't push off the ground like when you're in a pool pushing off the floor.
But there's
I-
like an initial, I don't know. What is that called?
well, by a black hole, you would have an insane amount of gravity to spin you as well. But let's just say you figure out
Does
the
it
rocket
spin you though, or
aspect
does
of
it
it.
suck you? See,
It's
that's
it's
the
a
question.
combination of both. But let's say you're spinning around a black hole and you stay on that ship for 10 days. Theoretically, because of the way the space-time continuum would be perceived, you would perceive time differently than people on Earth, meaning that you spent 10 days there and you go back home and it's been 100 years. So you technically, in
But
perspective to Earth,
this is all very theoretical. Like there hasn't even been
oh,
something.
there's
close.
evidence of this.
Okay, what is it? What's
GPS
the evidence?
satellites perceive time differently than we do, and they have to account for that
How can
because
they tell time? Sorry, my arm itches.
well, there's computers on those satellites, and they have
Okay.
to be
There's
synchronized.
no
with,
Wi-Fi in space.
There is. There's not. How do you think the ISS live streams?
Well, the satellites in space create Wi-Fi,
So there's Wi-Fi in space.
but I'm saying like something that's way, way out further than our atmosphere. Like it. Didn't we have those conversations? Like
well, the
if you're
question's
going
not
to
is there
Mars,
Wi-Fi out there.
well, how are they communicating back to us?
I never said they're communicating. I'm just saying they're traveling at an insane speed.
If they're not communicating, how do we know the clocks, the time?
Because we've taken things up into space
Oh, and then
that
they
have
come back
traveled, and
down.
then they come back, and
Okay.
we look at the time.
I thought you
and
meant
they're
like
different.
while they're in space. we
Like
can-
atomic synchronized clocks that go up and come back, and the GPS satellites account for this difference in time. So scientists can theorize that, okay, this is how drastic the time difference is just above Earth's atmosphere as they orbit Earth, and then compare that to something insanely fast like traveling around a black hole or going on a planet like they described in Interstellar. And if you were on that for an extended amount of time, your perceived time would be way faster. You would go way ahead in time compared to Earth. So that's why they're saying, while we don't have the resources or the technology.
Time in the way that we know it, but to you, it would just be like 10 days.
Yeah. I would perceive it as 10 days,
Right.
even though Earth would perceive it
So
as
time
100
is more
years.
perception in that case rather than like something that we all understand to be.
In other words, you can scrub through time like a podcast. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Zoom ahead. Some people could be listening to this podcast at 2x speed. That would be like being in a place with higher levels of gravity or we're going insanely fast. But as of now, there's no theoretical, even with infinite resources and infinite money, there's no way to reverse time, go backwards. That hasn't been done unless you have a DeLorean.
Back to the Future. The title doesn't make sense
Why not?
because they go back to time, back in time, not back to the future.
But what's the purpose of it? What's the premise of the film? What are they trying to do?
He's trying to bang his mom.
Oh, God.
Okay,
That's
I'm
terrible.
way off. I don't
That's
remember.
terrible.
Something
What are they,
was
okay, so
happening.
do you explain, Louise,
They ran out
explain to
of
me the
fuel.
plot. Explain to me the plot of Back to the
Oh, no, I
Future
don't
without
like-
bringing up the mom thing.
I don't like doing this.
What?
Movies I watch once, I hardly remember.
Okay. I'll explain it to you.
Wait, okay, I'll explain it. So there's a kid in high school,
Yeah.
and he has this best friend who's like a scientist and does crazy inventions. And
Yeah.
I don't remember why they went back in time, honestly. But he had a car. And
Can I correct you?
Yes.
It was an accident. They've
Just
developed
like
a time
him.
machine.
Sorry.
Just like me. They
No.
developed a time machine and they didn't mean to go back to 1955. The movie takes place in 85. But while the terrorists attacked them because he used plutonium in the
Oh, yeah,
in the
there's
car,
a terrorist attack.
there was a terrorist attack, and while he's driving away, he gets the car to 88 miles an hour, and that sends him back to 1955, and then he crashes the car in 1955, and
Okay, and
he
then
can't
they're
get the
stuck
car
there.
back. They're stuck there.
And also, they couldn't find the special fuel for it or the stuff that makes it work again.
They
right?
didn't have plutonium or
Right,
12.1
so then-
gigawatts, so
So they had they were stealing power from a power cable or something. And
they
then,
knew because Marty's from the future. This is a great film. I love Back to the Future. It's just a little creepy. But they knew because Marty came from the future that lightning would strike a bell tower at a precise time.
Mm-hmm.
Because in 1985, the bell tower was broken from a lightning strike.
but how
that
would he know
knew.
the exact second? That's fake.
It was like famous because the clock stopped exactly
Right.
when the lightning struck it. So they
And
knew.
no one bothered to fix it for 30 years?
Well, they were trying to.
Those lame
they were.
townspeople.
Remember if they show you at the beginning of the film in 1985, they're like raising money to save the bell clock, restore the bell clock. And what's funny is in the second movie, in Back to the Future 2, they go forward and they go to 2015. And
see,
the
that's
clock's
what I don't
working.
understand.
That's the great thing. Is like
Wait,
they go
I
to
didn't-
2015 and the
Wait,
clock's...
is that still in the first movie or that's the second movie?
No, I just said the sequel, Back to the Future 2.
Okay. See, they just went back to 85, right? And the one that I watched?
Yeah, so what the point of the film is that they are in 55, but they're trying to get
Oh.
back to the future. Get it?
Also, Lamar said, I feel like my brain has expanded whilst watching this. You think, no, you're wrong.
It's probably
My brain has
shrunk.
shrunk while having
Mom.
this conversation.
Mom, I learned things watching the Tailosive Talks podcast.
Yeah,
It's like
we'll
I'm
try
in
to be
school.
more sciencey, but neither of us are really into school.
I'm into space time and science. And
Space time.
I like
time,
chatting
space.
about it. I don't want to go to a professor.
We
and
like talking about theories.
I don't want to hear a lecture for 2 hours, but I'd like to chat about it. If it's a
Mm-hmm.
one-on-one with a professor, I'd love to talk. But if it was just a classroom, no, I wouldn't do
Right.
that.
All right. Well, we have passed the hour mark.
We got to get going.
Yes,
Sadly.
I'm hungry and it's time for dinner.
It is time for dinner. But don't worry, there will be much longer podcasts and more podcasts for you all
Yes.
to enjoy in the future. Make sure you follow us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, wherever you get your podcasts. We are available, and we will be doing this more often.
Yeah,
as
and
you
we're
guys
trying to
support us.
plan a schedule We're thinking Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I don't know how long each one will be because we kind of have to brainstorm topics to talk about. Otherwise, it's boring.
Like we were going to talk about this and we never even brought it up.
Well,
But
let's
we'll
bring it
leave
up real
there.
quick.
No, we'll save it for the next one. Let's
come
leave it
on.
right here.
No, I'm going to forget about it.
But then we're going to have no topics for the next.
Please, can I just talk about it real quick?
Okay, go ahead. Don't open it.
I won't. Okay, so back in 2017, I bought a Mazda.
They printed your name on the back.
I know
in
it.
bold
It's so
text.
official. Can
Look
you
at
guys see that? It
Louise A. Erickson.
You guys can't know my middle name though. I'm gonna block that.
Oh,
Well, there.
Angela.
Angela Erickson. So I had a Mazda,
Okay.
and it actually got burnt up in the car. Not the car fire, the campfire. And Drew
Yeah.
vlogged it.
Yeah.
And it
We
was in
looked at her cars in
Shane
the-
Dawson's video too.
Yeah,
My,
Shane
my
Dawson.
Mazda, my burnt Mazda, was in his video. And it's funny because they just sent me this in the mail, and it says, "Your Mazda 6 is on the deadly airbag safety recall list. You and your passengers are at risk of serious injury or death." And I was like,
It's so official.
if only they knew that that Mazda is so far gone.
It's burned in the
No
fire.
one
It's
is
gone.
in danger now unless they were inside.
Yeah.
the car.
Well, I'm glad that happened after the fire and not while the car was operational. But
Yeah.
anyway,
That car was
So that's the
operational
story.
for about 3 months.
yeah, it's a sad
Makes
story.
me sad.
It is a sad story.
One more super chat from John Carlo.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very
After
much.
you go, please listen to Band-Maid instead of Band-Aid.
Handmade. It's a song, I
Band-
think.
Oh, is it?
But it's a band, probably. Makes the most
Someone
sense. I'll
said
have to check
that,
that
my
out.
whole name is Louise Andrew Erickson.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Dylan, you got it right, but I'm
You know
not
what I
saying
just
his
realized?
name. What?
Your middle name it starts with an A,
Mm-hmm.
and my middle name starts with an L.
I know
You thought of that?
my initials, yeah. My initials are Lay, L-A-E, and yours is Ale, A-L-E.
I was named after booze.
He's ginger ale, guys.
I'm a
Because he has
ginger
red
ale.
hair.
Exactly.
Ginger ale. All right.
Anyway, thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it.
Yes.
And we will see
This
y'all
was fun.
in the next one. Take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye.